monitor your progress on your sheet. Now, we are done with this. We multiplied and we divided fractions for the past 2 weeks. That's what we have been doing. We are moving on to decimals. And this week we are going to add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals. So if you look on your sheet says for Unit 2, number operations. You have a goal set before you. You can apply operations with fractions. Well, that's what we said yes or no to, and then based on our grade. The next one, if you notice, is applying operations with decimals, and that's going to be our next assessment. So that's what we are going to be covering this week. Yes?
I think all we're doing is for like subtract and multiply. It's like we're just making a thing of the rating and subtract and multiply.
I agree with you.
No, we're just going to multiply and subtract.
I agree with you. I think there are a little bit of different rules when we talk about decimals, and we will explore those as we go through them. But yes, I agree.
You put like the decimal point on top and then before you even know.
Yeah, I agree. All right. You have some background knowledge on decimals, which is really, really good. All right, so here's what I asked you guys to do. I asked you guys to go to your table of contents and write numbers 26 and 27 besides dividing multi-digit whole numbers. I also asked you guys to write today's heading on page 26. So let's everyone turn to page 26, please. Today we are dividing multi-digit whole numbers. And we are on page 26. All right. I need everybody's attention. Pencils down, please. I want to make sure everybody is with me. Everyone is going to have a pink sheet. Everyone is going to work on this pink sheet. If you notice, the pink sheet is going to have 4 division problems. If you are a number 2, come see me. And 2? Yes,
Are we going to go over it or do you want to?
I actually am going to give you directions. Thank you for asking. So, if you notice, every team has 4 questions. What I'm going to do is I am going to turn on an interval timer. And what that means is I am going to give you guys 2 minutes to work on any one of the questions that you see before you. If the 2 minutes are up, and you're going to hear a little bell, I'm going to say rotate. If you are a number 1, you will hand yours to 2. 2s, you will hand it to 3s. 3s, you will hand it to 4s. 4s, you will hand it to 1. If they didn't finish, you can finish it for them. Or you can leave theirs alone and start whichever one you want. The goal here, guys, is to complete as much as a team as you can. After the 2 minutes are up, you're going to rotate again. And that turn timer is going to go around 4 times. If you are a team of 3, then you're going to go ahead and rotate, and you're just going to rotate to 1 more person. So like you guys, actually I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that actually can make 4 teams, 2 teams of 4. So why don't I get you, Mr. Johnny, right here? Why don't I get you, Mr. Josiah, right here? And then I don't even have to talk about what happens if we have a group of 3. Because now all of us are a group of 4. Now, here is a really good question that I've heard. Ms. Figueroa, what happens if we are all completely done and that timer is still going? My answer to you is check your answers with multiplication. Make sure they're good. Or, if you still have more time, you could go on the back and you can create questions for your team. Now, Donovan, I see that you have begun working, which I had asked you to put your pencils down so that you can hear instructions. Any questions on what we are doing? All right, so I'm gonna set the timer. You're gonna get started. When you hear that bell, I'm gonna say rotate, and you're just gonna keep working. There should never be a time that you're looking up because you have nothing to do. Yes, ma'am. You can. You absolutely can. All right, here we go. Your time starts now. Whatever's left over, make it a mixed number. The remainder, make it a mixed number. Keep working. If you already did one, you can continue working on another one. Yes, absolutely. All right, rotate. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Ones to twos, two to threes, threes to fours, fours to ones. All right, pick up where they left off.
Which one did you do?
Bless you. This is a good example of someone that has erased and fixed their team's work. That's a good one. You are allowed to fix the work of someone in your team. Switch. Doesn't matter where you are, switch it and then pick up where that person left off. Fix it if you need to. All right, everybody should have their own paper back. So rotate it so that you have your original paper back. Now we are going to do this together and go over the questions together. But first, I want you to please thank your team for their participation on your sheet.
I think I did one of them.
Yep, no. All right. Let's go ahead and go over these, please. The first one, we're going to do these together really quickly. We got 859 divided by 6. Thank you. All right, guys, here we go. 6 goes into 8 how many times? Once. So then we take 6 from 8 and we get 2. We bring down the 5. 6 goes into 25. 4 times, and we take 24 from 25 and we get 1. 6 goes into 19. 3 times, and we take 18 from it. This guy is smaller than my divisor, so he becomes my fraction. So he's my numerator, and my denominator stays the same. That should be your answer for number 1. If you and your team got it right, give yourself a big fat check. You earned it. If you did not, just fix it. All right, next one. We have 745 divided by 7. 7 goes into 7. 1 time. 7 goes into 4. 0 times. Some of us forget to put the 0 up here in the quotient. Then we can bring down the 5. 7 goes into 45.
5 times.
6 times. 7 times 6 is 42. And we have 3 left over. This guy is smaller than my divisor, so he is my fraction. So numerator is 3, denominator is 7. Next, 3, 4, 6, 9. Divided by what? 19. This is where our lesson starts getting really interesting. This is where we want to start using that power of estimation to help us because the numbers are multi-digit. They're getting grand. So we're going to say this guy is real close to 20. And I'm trying to get to like 3. Oh, no, we could just do 20 going into like 40. So if we do 19 times 2, what's that? 38, which is too high. So it's going to only go into it 1 time. Can we take 9 from 4? No, so we start borrowing. And 14 minus 9 is
5.
5. And then 2 minus 1. And then we bring down the 6. Okay, this is where we start using that power of estimation. So he's about 20. He's about 160. So let's do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Should we try 8? Let's try 8. So we go off to the side and we do times 8. And that worked beautifully. So we're going to use 8. And then we have 4 left over. And 19 will go into 49.
Twice.
2 times. Because 19 times 2 is 38. And then we have 11 left over. He is smaller than my divisor, so time to make him a fraction. So he is 11 out of my denominator is 9. 182 and 11/19 is your answer. If you guys don't have that, you should be fixing it. That's why we're going over it. If your team did not finish it, then that means that we need some practice. So that means we should be working it in this sheet. All right, the last one is 4, 5, 9, 6, divided by what?
65.
Let's make him a 70 in our minds. And let's make this like a 420. Because if we do that,
7 times 6 is
7 times 6 is 42. And that, to me, is the best way to do something like this because your numbers are getting really grand. So you're going to have to start with one number. And the best number to start with is if you estimate this guy. So I'm going to go like this in my mind. I'm just doing multiples of 7. So we should try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do 65 times 6. Should we try times 7?
Yes.
42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, that worked out great. So 7. So we take 455 from 459 and we get what?
1.
And we bring down the 6. And 65 goes into 46
1 down.
0 times. So we got to make sure we put that up here. Now we can say that this guy is the who?
The
fraction.
remainder.
He's the remainder, so he is my numerator and my denominator stays the same. The biggest mistake or common mistake that I might see is somebody saying that the answer is 7 instead of 7D. And if that is the case, make sure that you are checking your answer, so your quotient with your divisor, and make sure that you're getting close to your dividend. Any questions on this? All right. When the tape person comes around, you are going to tape this on page 26. Then you are going to tape the next thing that I give you on page 27. Tape, people, everybody needs 3 pieces of tape. Yes.
Glenn just went to the bathroom.
If you are a number 1, come see me.
There's a tape person.
You have 4 down there. Tyler, how many do you have? You're welcome. All right, so the pink one is going on 26, and the golden rod is going on 27. All right, please make sure you say thank you to those tape people.
Who wants to go to tape? Oh, I forgot.
All right, guys, we're going to write the following on either 26 or 27, wherever you have space. And here's what we're going to write. I need this on either 26 or 27, please.
Wait, when he wants to take this off.
That goes on 27. So we need to know the terminology when we talk about division because I am going to refer, thank you gentlemen, I'm going to refer to these guys as what we're going to name them. And so who is this guy called, the one that goes on the inside that we are dividing into? He's the big that we are splitting.
Divided.
He's the what?
Divided. Dividend?
Dividend is the correct answer. So go ahead and write this, please. We're either on 26 or 27. Dividend is that big total guy that we are splitting. Who is this guy that we are dividing by? Divisor. Yes, sir. And who is the answer to a division problem? He is the quotient. it is super important that we understand this terminology because I will refer to this guy as the dividend. He is the guy we are splitting. I will refer to this guy as the divisor, divided by. And last but not least, my answer to a division problem is the quotient. Now we have a division problem before us, and we are going to solve it. I'll take 1, 2, 1.
I remember it because like a windshield wiper and the visor, and a windshield wiper puts the raindrops in 2 different places.
Ah, I like that. Did you think of that on your own?
Yeah, me and my dad thought of it.
I like that a lot.
I'm like, oh wow, that.
It's very helpful. Yes, Miss Haley.
I think it might just stand for division, but does divi stand for something because they both have like there's just like division.
Probably a prefix for splitting something. That might be a good thing to look into. Does div mean a prefix? Our technology is down this morning, but we'll check that.
What the hell is that one?
We'll get back to that. That's a
No
good one.
internet.
All right, so we have a division problem before us. Here's what's going to happen. Mr. Blaine is going to read the division problem for us, and then we're going to solve it together. This is on your homework this week, and I wanted to go over it together so that we know how to solve it. If you have any questions, let's discuss it. So, Mr. Blaine, we are following along with you during a promotional weekend.
A state fair gives a free admission to every 178 person that enters the fair on Saturday. There were 6,123 people attending the fair on Sunday. There were 7,490 people attending the fair. How many people received a free admission over the 2 days?
Okay, that was beautiful. I want you to pick up your pencils, and I want you to circle the following. The fact that every 178 person that enters the fair gets in for free is important. So circle 178. The fact that there were 6,123 people on Saturday is important. So circle 6,123. The fact that on Sunday there were 7,490 people attending the fair is also important. Circle that. And last but not least, I would underline the question, what they want me to solve. So underline that entire thing. How many people received a free admission over the 2 days? Okay, guys, so here's the situation. Let's put ourselves in this situation. We go to a fair. Every 178 person gets in for free.
Why that number?
On Saturday, there were 6,123 people, and then on Sunday, there were 7,490 people. What would our step 1 be? Donovan?
Add 6,123 and 7,490.
I love it. We are going to make a flow map of 2 steps. And Donovan has already given us step 1. We're going to add 6,123 and 7,490. Please add that, and then whenever you add it, just tell me what you get. What'd you get, John?
13,613.
13,613 is the correct answer on that. Okay, so now we know how many total people attended on Saturday and Sunday. What is our step 2? Really?
Divide 13,613 by 178.
Awesome. I love it. So our step 2 is to divide the total number of people, 13,613, by 178. This is where this estimation stuff comes in handy. So let's do this together. 178 is not going to go into 1. 178 is not going to go into 13. 178 is not going into 136. 178 is going into 1,361. We better start using our estimation skills. Let's make this guy real close to 200. Let's make this guy real close to 1,400. So 2 times what is 14? 7. Let's try 7. So we go off to the side and we do 178 times 7. 7 times 8. 56. 7 times 7.
49. No.
Plus 5. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. And then 7 times 1 plus 5.
13.
Try again.
12.
Close. Alright, so 1246, I think that's good. I think that one is going to work. Can't take 6 from 1, so we borrow. The 6 becomes a 5, and the 1 becomes 11. So 11 minus 6, 5 minus 4, 3 minus 2, and last but not least, let's bring down this 3. So I'm going to make this guy real close to 2. I'm going to make this guy real close to 12. So what number should I try? I'm making this guy real close to 200, and I'm making this guy real close to 1,200. 6. Let's try it. 178 times 6. 6 times 8. 48. 6 times 7 is 42 plus 4. Yes? 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 10. I think that's going to work. Can't take 8 from 3, so I borrow. 13 minus 8 is 5. I can't take 6 from 4, but I could take 14 minus 6, which is what, 8? Okay, here's the deal, guys, because the question is asking us how many people are getting in for free. How would we answer this? Because every 178 person is getting in for free. So, how many people are actually getting in for free? How many people are getting in for free? I see Dwayne, and let's talk to our teams about this. How many people do we think are getting in for free?
That's just how many people are
How many? 85 people remaining.
My squares are colors. This is like my China wiki.
So every 178 person got in for free. So how many people got in for free?
Every single person.
No, not 76.
Yeah.
And then you just
Like it was a very
extra people.
Did
Did it go around again so that another one could get in for free?
6.
So the total number of people would just
Okay,
be
so
76.
man.
All right, I need everybody back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So here's the deal. We got all these total people who went to the fair on Saturday and Sunday, and then we divided by 178 because after every 178 person, we're getting in for free. So how many people got in for free, Eileen? 76 people got in free. How many people went through the line but didn't quite make it as a free person? 85. So this person is like, I missed it. And the person after that is like, So you still need to get to 178 for these people in order for it to be another person getting in for free. Dwayne.
Why would the state fair choose such an odd number as 178? Just choose like 100. That'll make our lives a lot easier.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be challenging us.
But why would the
question the complicated question.
Now listen.
No, because then there's going to be a lot more people coming so they can make more money.
I will tell you guys this. I agree with Dwayne's point point in that this is a very odd number. However, we have just proven that even though you're giving us such an odd, difficult, challenging question, we can still answer this. Typically, we tend to round up. Are we rounding up to 77 on this question?
No.
No, because 77 people did not get in for free. Only 76 people got in for free, and now you need to get this to 178 before another person gets in for free. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the rest of our class period, we are going to solve multi-digit whole numbers, and we are going to play for our team. You're doing it on either pages 26 or 27, wherever you have space. And if you know the answer, you are going to take off. If you get it right for your team, that's a point. If you get it wrong for your team, we are going in the negatives. So let's make sure that we are checking it.
What's our goal point?
What's your goal point? I think I have about 6 to 7 questions.
So we want to get at least 5 right.
So you got 4 teams here.
So you want at least 5, right?
Well, no, because doesn't every person that gets it correct?
The goal is going to be 5 out of 6 individual goal, but the goal per team is probably like 2 to 3 of you answering a question. All right. Here we go. Pick up your pencils. We're doing this on either 26 or 27. We already figured out that fair question. Thank you. All right. 224 total candy bars in 16 packages. How many candy bars in one package?
Do you stand up on there?
Yes, you take up.
Wow.
All right. I will take either one of you because you're all on the same team. So team inequality, what's the answer?
I got 14.
14. If you did not get 14, we're going to do it in our spiral. 14 is the correct answer.
I just finished.
So we're going 224 divided by 16. Please, please, please write this in your spiral if you don't have it. 16 goes into 22
One time.
one time. So we take 16 from 22. I'm telling you guys, if you don't like regrouping and it's this close, don't. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, that's 6. And 16 goes into 64 exactly 4 times. All right, that is a point for team inequality. All right, next. Team inequality looks ready.
Guys, get ready.
All right, here's your next question. Find the quotient of 24,552 divided by 36. Use your estimation skills.
68 remainder 20. What?
Dwayne's up.
682.
682 is the correct answer.
Close. Oh, that's it.
I almost had it completely. Alright, look. Look, if I use my estimation skills, I would make this a 40. And I'd make this a 240. So 4 times what is 24? 6. 6 worked perfectly. So 36 times 6 was what, Dwayne?
36 times 6 is 216.
216, so I take that from 245 and I get... Alright, so 36 times 8 is what? 288?
288.
Borrow, that's a 7, and 36 goes into 72 exactly.
2 times.
So that would have put you guys at a 0. That would have put you guys at a 1. You are the winning team. Congratulations. I need to see Team GCF. And I need everyone to put their teams together and put their notebooks away. We are done for the day.